next. It is the first Saturday of baseball and opening night all rolled into one as the Giants look to keep it rolling here 4-0 against the 2-2 Atlanta Braves. Giants baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the next generation of the home entertainment, now available in the Bay Area and coming soon to the Central Valley. And it's also our season opener here on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network. Greg Papa thrilled to be joined with Mike Krukow. And interesting matchup tonight. Todd Wellemeyer will make his season debut as a member of the Giants, matching sinker balls with Derek Lowe for the Atlanta Braves.
Well, if everything goes to plan, you're going to see a lot of ground balls because of the type of pitchers that Lowe and Wellemeyer are. But think about it. Everybody in the Giants uniform this year has made their debut except one guy. Tonight is officially the end of the Major League debut, and it's Todd Wellemeyer who's the last guy. He hasn't played, and, you know, he had a wonderful spring, and all he's going to try and do is carry on that same good vibe he had in spring into tonight's ballgame. Now, the key for him is one pitch. It's the cutter. It was the difference between last year when he got hit a lot to a spring training where he didn't get hit very much at all. So taking that cutter, which the league doesn't know much about, into tonight's game against the Braves, that could be the ace in the hole.
All right, one guy on the Giants TV network that is yet to make his debut. We'll take care of that right now. We head downstairs to NBC Bay Area Sports Director Raj Mehta. Hey, Raj.
Greg, thank you. My debut is right now. And yes, everyone talking about Wellemeyer and even Edgar Renteria, rightfully so. But keep your close eye on Juan Uribe, not just tonight, but really for the next few weeks. Uribe is a World Series champion. He's a veteran, and he's playing with an edge. He knows that Freddie Sanchez will be back in this lineup at some point soon. Uribe so far this season, 6 for 16 with a .375 batting average. Who else to keep an eye on tonight? How about Aaron Rowan? Lifetime against Derek Lowe, 10 for 20. That's some baseball right there. And let's play some baseball. Giants and the Braves. Game 2 coming up right now on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network.
5-4, 13-inning thrilling win yesterday on opening day. It is time for opening night of the 2010 schedule. Here's Bobby Cox. The Braves are 2-2. His lineup goes this way. Nate McLouth will lead it off. Martin Prado, the number 2 hitter in the league behind Edgar Renteria. Ryan McCann will hit number 3 with Chipper Jones still out of their lineup. Troy Gloss at first base. Yunel Escobar at short. The young phenom in right field, Jason Heyward, is struggling, though. Matt Diaz will start in left field. Omar Infante at second base, and will be a matchup of sinker balls tonight. Derek Lowe has a very good one, and the newest member of the Giants, Todd Wellemeyer, does as well, Mike.
Well, let's take a look at the Giants defensively. They'll have DeRosa, Rowan, and Bowker. That's your outfield. Renteria and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Uribe and Huff will be on the right side, and Eli Whiteside will get the assignment tonight to do the catching. And the gentleman that he will put the fingers down for will be Todd Wellemeyer, making his Giants debut. Last season with St. Louis. In 28 games, he made 21 starts. And look at the number of hits last year. 160 hits and 122 innings. That's the only time in his career he's ever had more hits than innings pitched. And this year he changed a few things up, came up with another pitch, and he threw a cutter all spring long. And it was the difference in him really getting his confidence back in his fastball. And the cut fastball along with that sinker, two good weapons. And he had great command of it to both sides of the plate. He'll also throw a slider, a curveball, and a circle changeup. But the cutter was really a great pitch to both righties and to lefties. And he's hoping, of course, that he can carry the success he had in spring training into tonight's ballgame.
He came to spring training as a non-roster invitee. The Giants signed him to a minor league deal in February. He had to outpitch both Madison Bumgarner and Kevin Posadas to get this 5th spot. And he is set to go. His Giant career begins tonight here against Nate McLouth and the Atlanta Braves. And he starts it out with a fastball and a called strike. McLouth, the former Pittsburgh Pirate All-Star, came off the bench yesterday, went 0 for 2, shows bunt, pulls back, and he's down 0-2.
Just a little subtle 2-pitch sequence there. A 4-seam fastball bringing an outside strike, going right back with a 2-seam fastball, different movement, same location, and quick 0-2. That's pitching. That's what you call pitching.
That's the target there. Eli Whiteside is behind the plate tonight, catching Wellemeyer. The original lineup had Benji in there, but Bruce Bochy decided to give Benji the start off. Will catch Lincecum tomorrow. Ground ball to Juan Uribe, on to Aubrey Huff, and Wellemeyer retires McLouth to open his Giant career.
When you think about it, he's the last guy to have an opening night. Every other one of his teammates on the 25-man roster have gotten into a ball game, but when you're the 5th starter, it takes about a week to get into a game. And when you're making a debut with your new team, I mean, that's hard to wait that long.
He last worked on Sunday, the final game of the exhibition series against Seattle, when it was a rainy and raw afternoon. He pitched very well down in the Cactus League. ERA right at 2 to win the spot. Edgar Renteria, the highest batting average in the National League, but Martin Prado is right behind him, 10 for 16 to open the year. And he fouls that one straight back. Folks are bundled up a little bit on a cool Saturday evening, 57 degrees. But we're nice and dry.
It's a great night to pitch. Wellemeyer was talking about it before the game. Just one thing about San Francisco, I know it's going to be a great night to pitch every night you go out there.
A little different climate for him this year after pitching in St. Louis the last 2.5 years, huh?
Well, St. Louis definitely is an atmosphere that would favor a hitter. Wellemeyer been around, though. This is his 7th year. 6'2", 215-pounder out of Louisville, Kentucky. 31 years of age.
Drafted by the Cubs, also pitched with the Marlins. Prado trying to slice one down the line there. Barker will not get there. He will hold Prado to a leadoff, or a one-out single, I should say. Prado red hot, 11 for 17 the first week of the year.
Well, that's the type of hit you get when you're hot. I mean, in normal situations, if you have a straightaway right fielder playing a straightaway positioning, that's a can of corn fly ball. But because in this ballpark, right fielders cheat to protect the gap in Triples Alley, they play way off the line. They give those base hits out there. When you're hot, you get hits like that.
Here's Brian McCann, one of the best two-way catchers in all of baseball. Very solid defender and a tremendous hitter. And with Chipper Jones not in there. Chipper's hoping to come back tomorrow, but probably unlikely. McCann moves into the number 3 hold in their batting order. This is up and away, and it's 2-0.
It's rare that you see this guy get off his back leg. He's just got such tremendous balance. And you say that about all great hitters. And the point you made about him being a great two-way player, it's not enough just to be a good hitter as a catcher. You got to be able to do everything behind the plate as well. He can do that. But boy, as a hitter, one of the best balance hitters in the game.
Well, you look at all the numbers, Mike. Since he arrived as an everyday player in 2006, he has hit more home runs, driven in more runs, has more extra base hits than any catcher in baseball. Certainly Joe Mauer is a budding young star in the American League, but McCann maybe the most complete catcher in the National League. Taking on 3-0 there.
He's a tough out. I mean, he's not one-dimensional. You can't get him out in one particular way. You got to move it around, mix speeds, change location. You cannot be predictable. He thinks well. All great hitters, I think, they have the ability to create a one-pitch opportunity. They'll eliminate pitches. They'll look for a pitch or a location. And then when you give them the pitch they're looking for, they're going to square it up. And he's one of those guys.
Misses away. That'll put 2 on for Troy Gloss. Troy Gloss, a teammate of Todd Wellemeyer in St. Louis the last couple of years. Hardly played at all last year with the right shoulder surgery. Got into just 14 games late in the year. Wellemeyer would like to get a ground ball here. Troy does not run real well. He's got one there. Uribe has got one. Renteria double play. 4-6-3 to get him out of the jam. A hit and a walk, but the double play erases it all. Braves don't score. Whiteside will catch Todd Wellemeyer tonight.
The Braves defensively are going to set it up with Diaz, McLeod, and Heyward. That's your outfield. Escobar and Prado on the left side. Infante, Glaus on the right side, and Brian McCann will be in the squad doing the catching tonight for the 13-year veteran Derek Lowe, 6'6", 230-pounder out of Dearborn, Michigan. And this guy has one of the best sinkers in all of baseball. I mean, he's right. You're going to see a lot of ground balls. He can take speeds off with it. He'll four-seam occasionally and throw a changeup and a curveball at you.
This is his second start of the year. He was the Braves' opening day starter for both of his years in Atlanta, and he got roughed up a bit. And Turner Field gave up a couple of long home runs, but the Braves scored him a bunch of runs. One of yesterday's many heroes in a thrilling 5-4 win in 13. It was Rowan's infield single and dive to the bag that brought in Uribe with the winning run. Takes this one down the line. That'll slice in the corner, just foul.
Oh, what a play!
Whoa!
I'm impressed.
Hanging over the railing.
She brought that glove for a reason, and it ain't the first time she ever put it on.
Look at how far she reached.
Look at low backhander. One hand snag right on the web tip. Oh yeah, I want her on my co-ed team. That's a player.
Superb play.
Oh yeah.
We're all surprised. I don't think she is.
No,
she's done that many times.
She had Rowan played perfectly.
She's ready for the next one.
Gamer.
Just missed inside. She gave us the numbers at the beginning of the broadcast, Mike. Aaron Rowan is 10 for 20 in his career against the sinker baller Derek Lowe. Make it 11 for 21.
Well, time now for our Comcast on-demand replay, and Edgar Renteria, ninth inning, 2 outs, 1 on, does this. A 2-run homer off Billy Wagner, and it tied the ball game up. The Giants would win it in extra innings, and that's our Comcast demand replay. Get the best HD experience only from Comcast. Comcast gives you the most HD. I think I said 2 outs. Was it just 1 out?
He hit that home run with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Rowan had struck out after the double by Velez. How about Billy the Kid throwing him a slider after 95, 96 mile an hour fastballs? Might be surprised. He tried to back leg the slider there, but he didn't get it to the back leg.
Yeah, I don't question the pitch. Just the location wasn't good, and I think that's what would upset Billy Wagner. I mean, he's got a good slider. He started throwing that thing a little more a couple of years ago prior to the Tommy John surgery. But bad location's a bad location.
There goes Rowan. Pitch out. McCann. And Rowan is out. Tagged out by Infante. So the Braves called a pitch out at the right time. Bobby Cox in that Brave dugout. And McCann fires him out.
Well, one thing about the Giants, I mean, the league knows that they're going to put runners in motion a lot. Giants have hit into 10 double plays already, and Bruce Bochy wants to try and eliminate that. The way you do that is you start runners, especially against a sinker baller like Derek Lowe. But the Braves guessed right. And that guy's been doing a lot of good things throughout his career. A Hall of Famer, Bobby Cox.
He's not yet in the Hall of Fame, but he certainly will be in the Hall of Fame when his career is over. And this is going to be it. He signed an extension late September for this year, and upon signing it, he announced that this is going to be his last year. 2010 will be the last year of Bobby Cox's 29-year run as a big league skipper, including his time in Toronto, where he was very successful in a quarter century. 2 different stints managing the Braves.
It's great. He was talking to Bruce Bochy. He said, you know, when you got introduced out and you came out of center field and jogged across the field, Bochy said, yeah. Bobby Cox says, I couldn't do that. I'm impressed by that.
Now, Boach could barely make it, he said. Walked a little bit, then decided to go into a jag. That was fun, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I liked it. It was a good effect. Skipper let him out. Yesterday was a pretty special day. But you have to have days like that. If you're going to be a good team, you gotta find out early that there's magic in your year.
Renteria strikes out. Two away. Here comes Pablo.
3-2 sinker, just a challenge. Down around the knees, and you can see it sink right underneath the bat.
Derek Lomike had a problem with that sinker last year. It was not sinking. He was not getting the percentage of ground balls he has previously in his career. He's altered his pitching mechanics, trying to stand taller and get more tilt, pitch more downhill, as they say. I mentioned the Giants hitting into 10 at double play, 7 in Houston and 3 yesterday. And Sandoval has hit into a double play in each game. Will it come back here there? Off the bat a low. So down go the Giants. But she's the reason we want to watch that bottom of the first. Look at the play she makes here. Robbing Rowan of extra bases.
Pick it.
One more with the Braves tomorrow, then Pittsburgh comes in next week. Here's your dynamic deal of the week. $15 lower box tickets for the Wednesday game. It's a 12:45 matinee against the Buccos. Tickets are available at $5 each for all 3 of those games, Monday and Tuesday nights and Wednesday in the daytime. So get to sfgiants.com, get your tickets, buy early, and save some money. Email Escobar, the Braves shortstop, takes one inside, 1 ball and 1 strike from Todd Wettemeyer here in the Atlanta second.
Good pitch. Tell a lot about how a guy misses the strike zone as to how he's throwing. Looks to me like all that first inning adrenaline starting to wear off. It's going inside, outside. It's going up above the hands, going back outside, down around the knees, and that's good command.
Now, we mentioned Wettemeyer's struggles last year, but the previous year, Mike, he had a terrific year. His first season as a full-time starter in the big leagues. He won 13 games, had a sub-4 ERA. Uribe is there, and we head downstairs and say hi again to Raj Mathai.
Greg, good evening to you. So Tim Lincecum a few years ago, a lot of hype and expectations about his debut with the Giants as a rookie. Well, same goes now with Braves young star Jason Heyward. How about this? All sorts of expectations for him. His first at-bat a few days ago, a 3-run homer, a lot like Will Clark many years ago, gentlemen.
Yes. He hit that ball 451 feet. They have recalibrated it. Initially they said 414. And that was a 450-footer on his first swing. He has gone into a bad slump. That's off Uribe's glove, and Heyward will reach base. Before this at-bat, he was 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts, including 4 yesterday. That has scored a base hit for Heyward.
Well, a lot of tools, this guy, but 21 years old. You're asking him a lot to come up here and do what happened yesterday. He strikes out 4 times, almost strikes out 5 times, and it's those types of days of failure that eat away at a young player. I mean, you have to play this game for a few years to develop a toughness to be able to deal with that type of failure. But he's got a good support cast over here in Atlanta. They know exactly how special this kid can be. And, you know, if you got enough guys that support you, get you through those rough days, you can stay up here.
There's Matt Diaz making the start of the outfield tonight for Bobby Cox. There's a strike to him. Thing about Heyward, Mike, that just amazed me. Before he hit that home run, the guy's 20 years old. He had never played in the major leagues a single inning. And on opening day, they have Henry Aaron throw out the ceremonial first pitch. It is Heyward that goes out to catch it. Not Bobby Cox, not Chipper Jones, but Heyward. Pablo is backed up trying to start a double play, and he misplays the ball. Here on Sandoval.
The wicked hop that came up on him. It looked like it kind of got a little bit too much of the web. He didn't really have it full in the pocket to get a grip on it and make the exchange glove hand to bare hand. A little rattle there. That's one that you think about for a while if you're an infielder. You get that much glove on a ball, you say to yourself, you should play, make that play.
Pablo was wearing those goggles in preseason games, spring training, Mike, but this is the first time he's wearing them in the regular season. Didn't feel like he needed them indoors as he adjusts to the prescription goggles. Here's Omar Infante playing at second base with Chipper Jones out. They move Prado from second to third, and Infante's getting some playing time at second.
One thing Wellimar is well equipped to do is get another ground ball.
He's got it. It almost hit Heyward. Renteria bobbles it, and that'll cost him the double play. Although Derek Lowe, the pitcher, is due up next. Did the path of the runner Heyward distract Renteria there?
Well, I mean, it may have. I doubt it, though. I just think that right now the infield's a little bit hard. I mean, a lot of water on it. And balls are coming up. And I think that's what caused the little bobble there from Renteria. That ball came up on him. And once the bobble, and he's lucky to get the one out. Both the ground ball to Sandoval and the ground ball to Renteria both came up.
Here's Derek Lowe, who's getting better as a hitter. Remember, he began his career with the Red Sox, first as a closer, an all-star closer, then a starter. Last year he hit .222, his career best, 12 hits and 54 at-bats. So as he's gotten more at-bats in the National League, he's gotten to be a better hitter.
Yeah, he puts it in play. Like most tall guys, he's 6'6". He likes the ball down. But, you know, guys up here are good athletes. I mean, even if they don't have a lot of at-bats in the American League, they come over. You take enough repetitions, you're going to get a pretty good swing.
Derek Lowe, a terrific athlete at 6'6". He was a tremendous high school basketball player. Got many Division I scholarship offers to play basketball. But he was drafted high enough by the Seattle Mariners in round 8 of '91. He decided to sign as a pro and go into baseball.
Well, I think he made a good career choice.
I think so. Going strong at age 37. He'll be 37 on the first day of June. Wellimar misses there. 2-1. Ground ball right to Sandoval. He'll take the shortcut, and that'll be the inning. So Rosaire does not hurt. Wellimar pitching out of trouble. Aubrey Hawk will lead off when we come back. No score after one. It was broken up by Kelly Shopik, the Tampa Bay Rays catcher, the former Cleveland Indian. And then Sabathia was immediately removed from that game. The Mariners, who beat Oakland on opening night, then lost 4 in a row, scored 3 in the ninth to beat the Rangers today to go to 4-3, and they are now 2-4 on the first week of the year. Go deep with Bay Area sports news every night on Sportsnet Central, only on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Hey, the Bonds Navy's in town.
They're getting ready for the return, huh? Coming back tomorrow.
Yes, he will. Got a chance to see a lot of the 2000 Giants. They're in the clubhouse and the dugout today.
They put the shift on for Aubrey Huff, and that's a foul ball. A lot of the boys are back in town.
Got a chance to see Martin Bernard and Ellis Burks and Sean Estes and Bill Miller. And they all look great. They all look in shape. They all look like life after baseball has been good to them. This is the first year for Sean Estes to be out. The father of a couple of boys living in Arizona. Looked like he should be acting in movies.
Huff hits it to the only guy on the left side of the diamond. That is the Braves third baseman, Martin Prado, who throws out Aubrey, one away.
I'll never forget when Dusty Baker introduced his 2000 Giants at the Chamber of Commerce luncheon. He introduced them all, and he says, and by the way, this is the best looking team I've ever been on, too. And he was right. They were a handsome bunch.
Rich Aurelia, Ellis Burks, Marvin Bernard, Barry's coming back, Felipe Crespo, Sean Estes, Mark Gardner's here every day, of course, Jeff Kent, Ramon Martinez, Bill Miller's coming back, Rob Nan. And for movie star looks, Armando Rios, Kirk Reeder, and JT Snow. Hard to believe it's going to be 10 years tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing that this ballpark's been around for 10 years. That's what blows my mind. Time flies when you're having fun, though, partner.
April the 11th of 2000. First regular season game. And then it was called Pac Bell Park. Of course, the Giants and New York Yankees played their first ever game here on the shores of McCovey Cove back on the first day of April that year. 2-2 to Mark DeRosa.
That's the pitch right there that Lowe has been persistent with in pitching DeRosa, trying to pound that inside corner, let that movement run off the plate. This is the one you foul off your foot. But he is staying on that side. And he hit that ball between his legs.
And this is away, 3-2.
I mean, that thing had Schenberger written all over it. And if you've ever had that happen to you, that's one of the worst injuries you can have because you don't expect it.
Lays off. Good plate appearance there by DeRosa to draw a walk.
Well, tune into the Bay Area's #1 rated 11 p.m. newscast right here on NBC Bay Area tonight at 11. And you can wake up with traffic and weather on NBC Bay Area weekday mornings starting at 4:30 a.m.
They don't make Raj go on at 4:30 a.m., do they?
No.
4:30 in the morning they start. I'm impressed. John Bowker. Down a strike.
You know, I was talking about when you're in the batter's box and you hit a ball off your toe or your ankle or your shin. You know, if you get hit by a pitch, you at least brace your muscle. You know, you can kind of brace yourself to take the blow. But when you're batting and you hit one off your leg, you don't do that. So you kind of surprise yourself with it, and I think that's what makes it hurt more.
And Derek Lowe has probably done that to more hitters in both leagues, Mike, the last decade and a half than anybody.
Oh, sinker ballers, man, they have a good life. They can cause pain to a hitter. They can get 2 outs in one pitch a lot.
Derek Lowe, a second-year Atlanta Brave, went 15-10 last year, but his ERA was surprisingly high. 4.67, gave up a lot of hits, 232, the most in the league. Before that, a Dodger, and before that, a Red Sox. Bowker off the glove of Lawson down the line. DeRosa to third. Flannery down the line will hold him there.
Holy smokes. You talk about a ball shot out of a gun.
Went right through the glove of new first baseman Troy Gloss.
I guarantee Troy Gloss just got impressed. This is a missile going down the first baseline. Gloss comes out the bag, barely gets himself set, and that thing whistles right by him. That is a bullet, folks. And you won't see that happen to a big league infielder very often.
Second and third, just one out for Juan Uribe. Troy Gloss used to play at the position called the hot corner for years. But they're going to walk Uribe intentionally. And Eli Whiteside hitting out of the 8-hole tonight. Eli's first major league home run, you'll recall, last year in Houston was a grand slam.
Well, you know, it's a tough thing to have Benji Molina not be able to make the assignment tonight because he's such a good low ball hitter. And low ball hitters against sinker ballers like Low, I mean, they feast on guys like that. The Whiteside's a guy that will give you a good at bat, and as you mentioned, he's got power.
He had a couple last year, but the big one was on August the 5th in Houston. Became the fourth Giants player, San Francisco Giant, to have his first home run be with the bases loaded. Bobby Bonds also on that list.
Say, how do you hit a sinker baller? You look up. You know everything's going to go down, but you don't want to swing at the good one. You want to swing at something that's a mistake, so you look up against the sinker baller.
Third base, Mark DeRosa drew a walk. He was doubled there by John Balker, and then Uribe was passed intentionally. Time is called and granted. Strike three called.
That's a joke. That is an absolute joke. Bob Davidson, the plate umpire, completely took the bat out of Eli Whiteside's hands. And this is something that just drives everybody crazy. That thing is not close to the plate. All Davidson is reacting to is McCann's target. He put his glove completely off the plate. Derek Lowe hit the glove, and the reward was a strikeout. And that was just a clear-cut example of penalizing the wrong guy.
Bob Davidson, who was at first base yesterday and ejected Bobby Cox. Oh, look at Bochy.
Well, Derek Lowe's no fool. He's going to keep stretching it out there. If he's got an umpire that's giving him a strike zone that's about 8 inches off the plate away, you got to keep pounding it. Now, if you're a pitcher, I mean, pitcher's strike zone's normally a little bit bigger, but bases loaded, one out, you got a player up there, and you ring him up 0-2, that's brutal.
Just ended the inning. Completely ended the inning. The Giants had the bases loaded and one out, and Balkin bombed. And now he's pointing back at Bochy.
scoreless in the third inning. Tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of this ballpark, and it's amazing. Seems like it was just yesterday, doesn't it? April 11th of 2000. That is the Giants ownership group who rescued this team from moving to the east and all sorts of pomp and circumstance as we open this ballpark. A lot of those faces, hello to Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds. A lot of those guys are here in the ballpark tonight and tomorrow. The Giants and Dodgers, Peter McGowan and Larry Baer throwing out the first pitch, and the Armada coming in at McCovey Cove. So tomorrow marks 10 years in this ballpark. And guys, it's amazing because now this ballpark really a part of the fabric of the city, not just baseball here, but AT&T Park, part of the city of San Francisco.
Without a doubt, Raj, it is the crown sporting jewel, but it's up there with either of the bridges or any other landmark you want to name around the town. Hard to believe, as we noted. Maybe not yesterday, it feels like, but certainly not 10 years ago.
Well, the dog's been there for just about every game for the 10 years.
That'd be 70 years in his life, Mike.
Yeah, that's true. He's the dog.
There's Nate McLeod, the Braves leadoff hitter, taking a breaking ball strike. Wedemeyer, nice pitch there.
Well, if you're a hitter, you better get up there and start protecting because it's a big zone right now. I mean, this is an 0-2 pitch. You want to try and throw him his back foot. And I'm not sure how much of the strike zone it caught, but Bob Davidson thought it was a pretty good pitch.
Bob Davidson's been around a while. Broke into Major League Baseball as an umpire back in May of 1982. He mentioned that he threw Bobby Cox out yesterday. Bobby's been tossed out of more games than any manager in history, 154 times now. And I think Bob Davidson has most of those, or a good percentage of those. There's a strike.
You know, it's not uncommon that you would see a wider strike zone early in a game. I know there was an umpire back when I played, Frank Poley, who was an umpire that would give you a bigger zone early in the game. It really kept the game moving. But long about the sixth inning, things kind of tightened up, and it changed. But he was very consistent with it. Nobody ever complained. In fact, he was thought of being one of the best balls and strikes umpires all around baseball. But the strike zone right now is huge.
You take liberties in the setup. Let's see where Whiteside goes. Way out there off the black. Strike three called. Martin Prado is down on strikes.
Let's check out the Rambus radar gun. The fastball that just goes on the outside corner for strike three. Well, that was a great pitch. That's our Rambus radar gun pitch. Rambus at the heart of the products that you love. 91-mile-an-hour fastball was the payoff pitch.
Mixing in a nice curveball here as he goes through the Braves lineup a second time. Striking out McLeod and Prado looking, and now he works to McCann. McCann lifts one to left field. Mark DeRosa will backpedal. On the warning track, he will put it away. Nice work by Wedemeyer. Down go the Braves. It'll be the top of the order. Rowan, Renteria, and Pablo. tonight, and a chilly one here at AT&T. Both pitchers pitching very well, Derek Lowe and Todd Wellemeyer. Giants will have the top of the order in against Lowe here in the bottom of the third. And Rowan, who singled to center, but then was out trying to steal on a pitch out. And we're followed by Renteria and Sandoval. Rowan came into the game, as Raj mentioned at the top of the broadcast, 10 for 20 in his career against Lowe, now 11 for 21.
Another wide strike called. This is a strike zone you dream about if you're a pitcher.
McCann jumps outside again. That's past Lowell, but right to the second baseman Infante, who throws out Rowan as we check in with Raj again.
Gentlemen, how about this? Early in the season, you love to see this. A batting average of .647. That's Edgar Renteria. The first 4 games so far of the season, 11 hits, matching him with Ty Tyson of the New York Giants. Ty Tyson did it in 1927, the last Giant to start the season with 11 hits in his first 4 games. And Mike, you remember Ty Tyson, don't you?
I do. You know what his middle name was?
What was it?
Ty.
I should have known that.
Iron Ty Tyson? Ty.
Ty Tyson. That was back in the era of great nicknames. Apples Gavelka and Gooch Lewinsky. They don't get any better than that.
Gooch?
That was actually a keystone combination with the Senators.
Was it?
Yeah.
Apples to Gooch?
Apples to Gooch.
That's back in the John McGraw era of New York Giant baseball. John managed the team from 02 through 1932. So Edgar's done something that's never been done in San Francisco Giant history. Jimmy Davenport and Felipe Alou and Jeff Kent with 10 hits in the first 4 games. But Renteria with a 5-hit game in Houston. 3 more yesterday. 11 hits the first 4 games of the year. Count goes full now, 3-2. Renteria struck out his first time tonight. Orange and black people are here.
Yep. Very popular, I might add.
The Orange Man Group.
How do they see? I need to know that. Have you put one of those suits on?
I am not. That's a good question, though. Escobar throws out Renteria. 2 away. Can they see in there? This is the final weekend to take advantage of the Cy Young season ticket plan. View level seats on the first base side. Tickets are only $10 per game. You'll receive all the benefits of being a season ticket holder, including a chance to meet your favorite 2010 Giants players. Plus, for every Cy Young plan purchased, you'll receive a baseball autograph by 2-time Cy Young Award winner Tim Lincecum. Ticket reps are standing by to take your call. Maybe they're seated. 415-972-2298. 415-972-2298. And Tim Lincecum, although he got it in the offseason, had it for a while, threw it in the back seat of his car for a while. He got it formally tonight in front of the fans here at AT&T Park, Mike, and you were a part of the on-field ceremony. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Do something that's never been done before.
To win your first 2 full years in the big league. Sandoval wraps up to Escobar. Giants go down quickly, 1-2-3. Giants postgame live before and after every Giants telecast on Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports. I'll be back on tomorrow at 12:30 before the finale of this 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves. Tim Lincecum will make his first start here at AT&T Park this year and his second overall after a masterful outing against the Astros in the season opener on Monday. Here's Todd Wellemeyer, his first start this year. Another first pitch strike as he's been pumping him in there regularly to open the game. Troy Gloss, Yunel Escobar, and Jason Heyward are scheduled. Ground ball. A lot of ground balls for Wellemeyer tonight. Renteria will throw out Gloss. One away.
Well, the word's through both dugouts. I mean, you know it's being talked about as to what type of strike zone pitchers have tonight. And it really plays into the hands of a couple single ballers like Wellemeyer and Derek Lowe. They keep that ball down low. Guys have to swing at it. You're going to see ground balls.
Wellemeyer's picked up 6 of his outs on the ground. Lowe has picked up 5. Wellemeyer's also got a couple of strikeouts in Lowe 3. That one is shot on the ground, but past a diving Sandoval. Escobar can scoop. DeRosa will fire to second, and Escobar gets in with a 1-out double.
Giants got a real good look at Escobar last year in the series in Atlanta when he just did. I mean, you couldn't get him out. Everything he hit was just a bullet. You couldn't even hold him to a single. He was that impressive. Good-looking young player, and a guy who I think, when it's all said and done, is going to have quite a career.
I remember he hit a home run off of Tim Lincecum last year at the TED. That was the first homer, Mike, that Timmy allowed to a right-handed batter last year. And that was right around the time he had just been voted National League Player of the Week. He was so hot before the Giants came into Atlanta. And just before that, he got in a little situation with Bobby Cox, and there were some rumblings that the Braves were considering trading Escobar.
Hitting a home run off Lincecum is not an easy thing to deal. He only gave up 10 home runs last year in 225 innings.
Takes a strike.
Another testimony to his greatness in the first 2 full seasons of his young career.
One pitch to Jason Heyward. And so one thing about this guy that impressed a lot of people in the spring, Mike, his discerning eye.
Well, they set him in the outside corner. This thing probably was in the strike zone, certainly in Bob Davidson's strike zone, but they caught it outside the knees, and you're not going to get it.
Now it's 3-1 to Heyward. Heyward picked up an infield single his first time up. Runner at second base, Escobar with good speed. Runs are going to be at a premium tonight, the way these two starters are going. I think you're all aware the length of yesterday's game. 13 innings. In fact, it was the longest home opener by innings in San Francisco Giant history. So both starters, I think, are feeling obligated, Mike, to give their respective skippers a good long outing tonight.
Well, I think each starter has to go at least 6 innings. I mean, you take a little bit of the steam off your tired bullpen.
Heyward draws a walk.
You know, I never thought it was a bad play. If you're out there and you have the ability to throw ground balls like Wellemeyer does, is if you have an open first base, you know, pitch a guy carefully, especially a guy that got a hit off you his last at bat and he sees you pretty well, at least you think he does. You walk him, so what? You set up the force, ground ball, you get a double play, you're out of the inning.
Here's a good hitter, Matt Diaz. Figures to be the Braves' 4th outfielder this year, but he's in the lineup tonight. They have made the trade in the offseason to get Melky Cabrera, the former Yankee. And Diaz last year hit .313 with 13 homers and 58 RBIs in less than 400 at-bats. And a ground ball to Sandoval his first time up. Pablo backed up on it, trying to start a double play, and misplayed it off the glove for an error. Strike two.
Well, some knee-high paint, just scraping edges, both Lowe and Wellemeyer. When they've wanted to make a pitch, it seems like they've been able to go to the corners, and they're just driving home. Great location with that fastball.
Wellemeyer just 31, will be 32 in late August. Oh, Diaz chased one way up there. Strikes out at a high fastball. Big out number 2.
Now you saw Eli Whiteside. Watch him set the high target. They're just changing sight lines. The bat was down around the knees. Now all of a sudden you go up around the letters, and he can't lay off. And that ball was right by him. It looked like it was 200 miles an hour in his eye.
Wow.
Just really good pitching with the fastball.
Big out. Third strikeout of the night for Wellemeyer. Now he'll work to Omar Infante. Infante reached on a fielder's choice his first time. Former Detroit Tiger. Off of Wellemeyer. Slipping down is Huff. And they'll get no one. The runner at third will stop there. Escobar. The pitcher, Lowe, is due up next with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
That's got to sting a little bit. Caught him flush. Dave Greshner's out of the dugout. See where it did hit Wellemeyer. Right on the cheek. You're going to take one. Cheek's a good spot for it. And this is where they catch a break. Nice recovery there from Huff. If he can't get back to that ball, it's going to score Escobar. So with Huff going over and preventing the ball from getting to the outfield, they still have the pitcher coming up with 2 outs. They can get out of this jam.
You got to hit him a little lower, Mike. I think I hit him on the lower leg.
Yeah, right calf.
Right calf.
That's not as good.
No.
If you have the option to take a cheek or calf,
take cheek to cheek.
Good call.
And he's pitched out of trouble. The Braves had runners at first and second and 1 out in the first to get a double play ball. Likewise, they had runners 2 on in the second. He pitched out of that. And now he's got a pitch out of the bases loaded jam with the pitcher up. One pitch to Derek Lowe.
Stay on that outside corner. Good hard slider. Gets him to chase. You know, the inside corner's set up, but, you know, with the bases loaded, you don't want to run the risk of throwing in there and having him walk into it and hitting the pitcher. You're better off making him go outside. But he does not have to throw a strike here. He can go down below the zone again.
Even Bob Davidson says that missed.
It's a little bit high for Bach and Bob.
Clearly it was outside and high. Let's see what he gives him here on 2-2. Whiteside moves away. Way outside now, and he has to throw him a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, which will get the runners moving.
And you can see the reaction of Wellemeyer as soon as that ball left his hand. He was not happy with the stroke.
Escobar at third, Heyward at second, Infante at first. They'll be off on the pitch. Got him. Strikes out the final 2 outs to get out of it on scored upon. Still scoreless as we go bottom 4 at AT&T.
Budweiser, the official beer of the thirst inning. Budweiser, it's what we do.
It's what we do. Not a bad idea.
The thirst inning. Isn't every inning the thirst inning?
Some a little more than others, but everyone is the thirst inning.
Well, you see the score in the background. Florida Marlins came back. They were down 6-4 in the ninth inning, the Dodgers. And they wound up winning that ball game.
Drops the Dodgers to 2-3 on the year. After the Giants finish up this week with Pittsburgh, they're going to LA next week. There's Aubrey Huff, bounced to third his first time up. Then Mark DeRosa and John Balker. That is 4, 5, and 6. And the way the Giants have the pitching lined up. Tim Lincecum and Barry Zito will pitch in that series against the Dodgers. Giants are off on Thursday. They're off every Thursday, the first month of the year. So Willemeyer would be scheduled to go on Friday night at Dodger Stadium.
We were talking about how important it was for the starting pitchers to go deep in this ball game because the bullpen's a little stressed. It's kind of hard to believe we're talking about a stressed bullpen 4 days into the season, but that's what can happen to you. You get to a 13-inning game.
Leadoff walk for Aubrey Huff. And here's Mark DeRosa. He walked his first time tonight against Derek Lowe.
But it's definitely something that starting pitchers know when they go into a game. They know they need to go deep. And sometimes you're told by your skipper, yo, that bullpen's sewed up till the 7th, pal. Get us there. And it can make you a better pitcher.
And talking to Boach before the game, he said, I'm probably going to go a little longer with Willemeyer than I ordinarily would, but Willemeyer's pitching so beautifully, it's not a concern. The one thing to keep in mind as we progress later in the game is the availability of Brian Wilson. He threw 39 pitches yesterday, and Bruce was not exactly certain he would have him available later. We'll see.
One thing I found out about Brian Wilson in his career, do not bet against him.
He's almost always good to go.
If he's got that uniform on, he's good to go.
Had more 4-out saves than anybody in baseball last year with 8 of them. DeRosa, the former Atlanta Brave. And is 1-2 to him. Broke into the big leagues in '98 with Atlanta after being a draft pick in '96. Rifles one foul. Good crowd tonight on opening night.
Yep, everybody's okay. And the crowds have just been unbelievable. First couple games here.
Well, yesterday it was beyond packed here. Just off the plate. Good eye by DeRosa to go 2-2. Well, you see the impact of Huff and DeRosa right away, Mike. The way they worked the at-bat. The way Huff was able to get this inning started with a walk, and DeRosa walked his first time up tonight, working this at-bat.
Well, they don't have a fear about hitting the 2 strikes. A lot of guys just don't like to get into that situation. They want to avoid it, and that's why they are much more aggressive early in the count. But they'll go up, Huff and DeRosa, and they'll have a plan in each at bat, a pitch that they're looking for, a location that they're looking for. And if they don't get it, they lay off it.
There goes Huff running on the 3-2. Back-to-back walks by Huff and DeRosa to get the inning started. Our scenic shot of the game is brought to you by Fry's. Your best buys are always at Fry's. Guaranteed. The Say Hey Kid. Underneath the 24 palm trees out in front of the ballpark at Willie Mays Plaza.
The say hey kid. And the rookie in right field for the Braves, Jason Heyward. They're calling him the J Hay kid.
Clever. Actually, they're all comparing him to different hitters, but Bobby Cox, and he's seen him obviously more than any of us from the spring, he said he hits the ball hard like McCovey. And nobody hit it any harder or higher or further than McCovey.
He was scary to pitch to.
Bowker doubled. He hit it pretty hard his first time up, right through the glove of first baseman Troy Gloss. This is not nearly as hard. Bad throw by Gloss. He's lucky to get the one. It kind of died as it got to Escobar. Up goes to third. Bowker reaches on the fielder's choice. DeRosa's the first out of the inning.
You saw Escobar do a pretty smart thing. I mean, a lot of guys get greedy and they try to make 2 outs out of an impossible throw. But Escobar just makes sure he gets the 1 out. Always with a sinker ball like low, if you have a runner at first base, you can get another ground ball that can get you 2 outs. So why risk trying to make an off-balance throw because of an off-balance reception? Just getting the 1 out, doing it in a sure way. A good play. Smart play.
There's Juan Uribe. This will be his first at-bat of the game. He was intentionally walked his first time up. As Troy Gloss was a third baseman throughout his major league career, they moved him to first because of the right shoulder injury he had last year in the surgery, figuring he won't have to throw as much. But if you're on the field, you're going to have to throw it at some point. Uribe takes it 2-0.
Yeah, it's 2 good discipline takes right there, and it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, he's got to run at third base, and he wants to knock that run in. Well, Lowe's pitching for the ground ball, and he's pounding the low sink. He's got a base to play with, so he can stay out of the strike zone. See, I'm going to throw it right at the base of the strike zone. If I miss low, no big deal. Hoping that Uribe swings at it. And Uribe, to his credit, he's looking for something up. He can get in the air, score that run from third.
Lays off. 3-1.
It's a problem that Lowe's had. I mean, if you watch it out of the windup, he gets a little higher with his arm angle. He pulls down with his left elbow, and because of that, he has a little more command of his sink. Out of the stretch, he's flying that elbow out, and his arm angle is not as high. He doesn't have the command.
Runner takes off. Uribe, a base hit. And the score is Aubrey Huff. The Giants take a 1-0 lead, and Bowker motors all the way to third. The hit and run works perfectly. Infante going to cover, opens up the right side.
Well, we're going to make this hit of the game brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Visit CacheCreek.com for upcoming events. And why not make it the hit of the game? It puts the Giants on the board and a very nice at bat. Lowe finally got the ball up just a little bit. That's all it took. And the Uribe burned him.
And by starting the runner, may have stayed out of a double play ball there. And they start another runner. Whiteside, swing and a miss. Now he's hung up between first and second. And Uribe is tagged out for the second out, and Bowker stays at third.
Well, I mean, it's a risk. You're betting on contact. And a guy like Derek Lowe is usually going to be around the strike zone. So when you're the runner at first base, you're making sure that pitcher goes home before you make your jump, so you're not ever going to get a really great jump. And if you have a swing and miss, you're in trouble.
The Giants have been caught a couple of times tonight. They started rolling. It was a pitch out, and now this play. But by starting the runner, Mike, that brought the run in. And the previous play. Now it's 1-1 to Eli Whiteside, trying to bring Bowker in with 2 outs, and now 2 strikes. Whiteside struck out looking. That was the 0-2 pitch that appeared to be just a bit outside that Bob Davidson called strike 3, and fizzled that rally. That one's way outside.
really a little surprised that Lois continued to stay in the stretch. With the runner third, you had the option to go stretch or wind up. He's much more fluid out of the windup right now.
Strike 3 called. He gets Whiteside. Giants get a couple of walks from Humph and DeRosa. Uribe brings him in. 1-0 Giants after 4.
Is this guy? Well, Todd Wellemeyer is no stranger to baseball. This is his 5th major league team, 31 years old, born in Kentucky, drafted by the Cubs in 2000, made his major league debut for the Cubs. Right now, his last couple of seasons played with the St. Louis Cardinals. In 2008, Wellemeyer went 13-9. And guys, if you can get productivity out of the 5th guy in your rotation, life can be very good. Back up to you.
Yeah, good point. That was his first season as a full-time starter. Rush 13-9. ERA was 3.71. Gave up 178 hits that year and 191 2/3, less than a hit per inning. We talked about his struggles last year, Mike, but he has been a frontline starter for Tony La Russa just 2 years ago. And his first start as a Giant has been just superb. We'll go through the Brave batting order a 3rd time now. Nate McClough, their leadoff hitter, fouls it off the railing down the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, if you have a 10-year career, you're going to have to redefine yourself a couple of times. And the reason for that is you're playing against the same competition, the same guys.
McClough drives one to center, and Rowan will drift back and put it away.
And that's why it's important to come up with a different pitch, come up with a changeup, come up with a sinker or a cutter in the case of Todd Wellemeyer, and it just gives you another option, another look, and another look can get you an out, can get you through the lineup another time, get you another couple years in your career. Plus, I mean, let's face it, the stuff you have when you first come into the league is never the same stuff you have when you're going out. You lose stuff, and you have to learn how to pitch.
That ball slapped in the gap. It'll get down. Prado is red hot. Nice play by Rowan to hold him to a single. Prado's 2nd hit of the game. He's 2 for 3 and 12 for 19 on the year.
That was a great play by Rowan. Let's take a look at the 4 strikeouts from Todd Wellemeyer. Down and in slider that gets McClough from the first in his 3rd inning, and then he gets a swing through from Prado and a swing through from Diaz. And then with the bases loaded, he punches out Derek Lowe. Good strike zones for the pitchers tonight. Bob Davidson has been very generous with strikes.
So that first strikeout was a slider. It looked more like a curveball. That was a slider?
Yeah. He throws both a slider and a curveball, but I think that as quick as that thing was, it was meant to be a back foot slider. And it may have caught some of the strike zone.
enough.
Bob Davis in the strike zone.
Here's Brian McCann. We're talking about Pablo Sandoval for the first time in the regular season this year wearing the prescription goggles tonight. It's the opposite for McCann. Remember, he wore the glasses last year. He had eye problems all last year, and then he had the LASIK eye surgery right after the season ended, and he no longer needs the glasses now. Nice pitch there by Wellemeyer, changing speeds.
This curveball, it takes a little speed off it. He's got a nice touch with his pitch. Perfect location in the swing through. The thing about McCann, he's not an easy guy to get a second time with the same pitch.
Evan reaching there. Huff will charge it and tag out McCann. Down to second goes Prado. Two-away.
Kind of reminds me of Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, you might get him to swing through a pitch one time in at bat, but you had no chance to get him to swing through that same pitch a second time. I don't care how good it was. And the good hitters, that's the way they are.
Well, Tony was beyond good. Incredible hand-eye coordination. Troy Gloss. Stylistically very different than Tony Gwynn. Big long swing, likes it low, and a tremendous power hitter. Wellemeyer's pitched him well, got him into a 4-6-3 double play in the first, and he got him to bounce out to short leading off the fourth. Lifts this one to center. Aaron Rowan going back, and that's going to come back in the yard and not even make the warning track. Ross did not drive it enough. Wellemeyer gets out of it halfway through it. Still 1-0 Giants.
Parks that aren't around anymore. This is, as we speak, on the East Coast. You recognize this place? That is the old Yankee Stadium. Nowadays, they don't demolish it in 1 or 2 days. It's a 2-month process. They'll be working for the next few weeks, demolishing the old Yankee Stadium, which is right adjacent to the new Yankee Stadium. What's the delay, gentlemen? Well, 2 things. First of all, it's right in the Bronx, so it's in a community with a lot of people living around it. And secondly, they're selling off pieces of the stadium as they go every week.
I can't even bear to see them do that. Why are they doing that?
Well, it's a lie, and they did the same thing when they took down Shea Stadium. They wouldn't let them demolish it by way of implosion.
Like they did the old Kingdom. I mean, why are they knocking it down, period? It's Yankee Stadium.
I know, that's a little weird.
Oh. The most famous place in the history of American sport. Wellemeyer fouls that pitch off, and the count is 0-2. Giants were there a few years ago. What, 04, 05, somewhere in there?
Yeah, I thought the place was in pretty good shape. They took great care of it. Much better care than Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium, I had no problem with that one getting knocked down.
And that one's not quite on the par of Yankee Stadium. How about the home run Bonds hit at Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
That was remarkable.
Bonds hit a home run in the upper deck in right field. And I wasn't working that day. I was just watching the game. And I went over there and sat in the seat where it hit.
It was off of Ted Lilly. Never saw a ball land up where Bonds hit it. All right, yesterday, Aaron Rowan with a relay over at third base. In the hole to Escobar, Mike, and he's going to go prone to get there and win the game.
Well, what an afternoon it was here on opening day for the Giants and for the city of San Francisco. And I was amazed at how many people stayed for all 13 innings. And the reward was to see the Giants dancing in celebration in the infield. And that was a day that a lot of people are going to remember for a while. A lot of fun.
4 hours and 1 minute. But it got better as the day went. I mean, the pregame stuff was great. And Tim Hudson kind of put everybody to a slow sleep for a while there for 6 innings. And the Giants woke up late, and the extra innings were fabulous. What a game. Got 2 to roll in.
Rowan's going, wait a second, now I'll give you 4 inches off one corner, but I'm not going to give you 4 inches off both corners. First pitch was an inside sinker that was off the plate in, and he didn't say anything about it, but then he comes and paints him with a slider off the plate away, and that's a wide strike zone.
So he had to balk at Bob that time. It sliced out of play. Bob Davidson got the nickname Balkin' Bob years ago. And 1 year, all of a sudden, they decided they're going to call balk. It's been in the rule book for 100 years, but now we're going to call it, and he called it a lot.
It's like they have the umpire convention in the offseason. They kind of get together and say, okay, what are we going to do this year to kind of mess with everybody? Let's call box. And apparently Bob Davidson has stuck with the philosophy.
Escobar. And Aaron Rowan's retired 2-way. And Rowan loves to get dirty. He was out trying to steal on a pitch out his first time up after he slapped a single to center to open the bottom of the first. Here's Renteria. Edgar's in a slump all of a sudden. He's 0 for 2. Average is down to 611 now. Struck out and bounced to short. He had a 3 for 5 game yesterday, and his average went down. Started the day at 727 and then went 3 for 5 and wound up at 688.
85 pitches on the night for Derek Lowe. Those are the ones that are hard to take. And those are the ones that Lowe wants you to swing at.
Well, through 78 pitches in their season opener on Monday against the Cubs. Renteria takes that one. 3-1.
Get the pitch count up, get in the bullpen. That's the goal of both teams tonight.
Strike.
Take it all the way.
Todd Willemeyer with a 1-0 lead now. Giants got back-to-back walks to open the fourth from Huff and DeRosa, and Juan Uribe singled in Huff. That's just foul. Bouncing down the line, several bounces past the third baseman Prado, but foul.
Just a foul. Now, they've really been giving Renteria the line this whole series, and that swing of the bat almost found it. You can see the third baseman Martin Prado way off the line.
Renteria puts a charge into this one to center field. McLaughlin will come over and put it away. Got under it a little bit and didn't drive it. And he's 0 for 3. His third 3-2 pitch he has seen tonight. Still 1-0 Giants after 5.
Bobblehead six-pack that features the April 24th game when the Giants take on the Cardinals. First 20,000 people in attendance will get the Pablo bobblehead presented by Chevron Extra Mile. Then there's the Tim Lincecum bobblehead six-pack, and that takes and the July 17th game against the Mets is in there. The first 20,000, they get a bobblehead presented by PG&E. Check it out.
Kelvin Escobar, we're checking him out here, leading off the Atlanta sixth. It's batters 5, 6, and 7 dangerous hitters. Escobar followed by Jason Heyward, and then Matt Diaz. Escobar doubled a shot down the line past Pablo Sandoval his last time up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Todd Wellemeyer just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both pitchers pitching superbly, but it's a nice night to pitch, Mike. Each out to end the 5th inning. Troy Gloss in the top and Edgar Renteria in the bottom. They both sounded like they were to go a long way, but not tonight. There's Renteria retiring Escobar, 1 away. Tune into the Bay Area's #1 rated 11 p.m. newscast right here on NBC Bay Area. That'll be tonight at 11, and wake up with traffic and weather on NBC Bay Area. That's weekday morning starting at 4:30 a.m. Greg Papa, Mike Krukow, and NBC Bay Area Sports Director Raj Mathai from AT&T Park tonight.
I think the point you made about the balls hit the end of the inning, the one by Troy Glass, the one by Edgar Renteria, was a good one.
How about this one, Mike? Heyward drives it the other way and gone. Wow. That is impressive. On this night to go opposite field and tie the game.
On this night to go any field. Well, that's what everybody's excited about. That type of a swing right there against, well, on a night when you're not supposed to hit home runs. He gets it up above the belt, and he goes the other way and backspins it right out of here on a line drive. And that's not something you see very often. Just getting over the wall, but wow, that's a big league at bat right there. Wow.
That one takes your breath away. Diaz lifts one to left. DeRosa put it away.
Now you talked about Troy Glass and Edgar Renteria just absolutely crushed balls and didn't even get to the warning track here. He goes the opposite way and flips it over the wall. 20 years old. He'll be around a while.
He is a big young man, 6'5", close to 250 pounds. That's his second major league home run.
Just a strong top hand going with the location. And as he catches this thing flush with backspin, you can see the carry, and that's just strength. To do it the opposite way, that's impressive.
Well, he showed you the home run he hit in his first ever swing in the big leagues when he hit the 451-footer off of Carlos Zambrano. But in the spring, I mean, every other day he would break somebody's windshield. Down in Florida during the Grapefruit League, he was hitting him so far out of the park, he was hitting him into the Braves parking lots and breaking windshields.
Well, they're asking an awful lot of them. They're asking them to learn how to hit and learn how to play this game up here at this level. And that's not an easy thing to do. And he's going to have his days like yesterday when he's going to get struck out 4 times. And then he's going to have games like tonight where he's going to open everybody's eyes up and hit home runs the opposite way against the wind and have everybody say, who is this guy?
Well, I might have missed there. Count is 2-2 to Omar Infante. Omar checking the count to make sure it's 2-2. Infante to center. Rowan will race back, but get under it. No matter how hard you hit it tonight, it's not going, with the exception of Jason Heyward, it would appear. Pablo will have a chance to come back, now tied at 1 after 6. Okay.
Many of these fans came to the ballpark early before the game, and for good reason. Tim Lincecum getting some hardware, presented with another Cy Young trophy, his second Cy Young trophy in just 2 full big league seasons. What an event before this game. You see him there with his proud father, Chris Lincecum. We spent some time with Chris Lincecum in our pregame show. He couldn't be more proud. And what's remarkable is how he's raised Tim as a young man. All the success, and on to the new Giants, guys like Aubrey Huff and Mark DeRosa saying how surprised they were of how down-to-earth Tim Lincecum is with all the success he's had at an early age.
It is remarkable what he has accomplished. There's Pablo Sandoval to lead off. That chops over low. Infante's got time, and Glass cannot come up with the scoop. Pablo got down the line quick enough to make Infante rush that.
Well, that was going to be an excellent play from Infante, but it was going to need an assist from Glass. And Glass going to the backhand to try and dig out the one hop, but he just can't keep it in the web.
But maybe he would plant and fire, but he decided to just throw it off balance.
Never really got to the glove. Kind of hit him right in the heel of the glove.
Not a great stretch by Gloss at all, Mike.
Yeah, I think he's more comfortable at third than first.
Well, before this year, he had only played 6 games at first base in his career and had made just 4 starts. And he has made 4 starts here at first base this opening week. He's going to be the Braves' everyday first baseman. That's the plan.
Well, you have to learn the footwork of a new position, and he's got some work to do over there.
Aubrey Huff has played a pretty good first base his first week as a Giant. It's ahead in the count, 2-0.
He was up there looking for one thing, sitting in the driver's seat on a 2-0 count. Now, Aubrey Huff's a good low ball hitter, so what Derek Lowe is throwing is right to his strength. He was looking for it low and looking for it hard. He got exactly what he needed. Just too much sink and a swing through.
Aubrey Huff has seen a lot of Derek Lowe in his career, mainly in the American League. And of course, Lowe was a Red Sox earlier in his career. Coming into the game, he was 10 for 34 against him. Good numbers and a couple of home runs. Huff has scored the Giants' only run thus far. Led off the 4th with a walk and scored on the hit and run single by Uribe. What do you do with Pablo Sandoval here on a 3-2 pitch?
You run him. You run him because you have a guy up there who's going to be around the plate. Likely you're going to get a ground ball. Put your runner in motion.
The Braves have their bullpen now in motion, so we delay as they run down the right field line. That is Chris Medlin, right-hander who worked yesterday. Of course, everybody worked yesterday. Also, Eric O'Flaherty, a lefty, is up. We'll see if he begins to loosen as well. And they're saying Pablo's off on this pitch. And he is. And it's ball 4 high. Throw goes down anyway, but it was ball 4. Roger McDowell, the Braves pitching coach, comes out.
Now he's going out there for one reason. That's to get the guys in the Braves bullpen a few throws to get loose. On a night like tonight, especially if you worked yesterday and you might be a little bit stiff, you're going to need 15 pitches to establish a fastball, and that's all you're trying to do. Derek Lowe is throwing 98 pitches. He should be physically capable of throwing 120, 125, but again, this still is his second start of the year. The guys leave spring training with the idea they want to throw 100, so they really, I don't think any of them have really been stretched out to 125.
Only one fly ball out tonight. That's interesting. He's a ground ball guy. Very few or more of a ground ball guy than Derek Lowe. Giants have runners at first and second and nobody out here for Mark DeRosa. DeRosa has walked twice tonight.
Braves are respecting the bunt. Martin Prado, the third baseman, is playing actually inside the bag. He's on the grass.
Walker's on deck. He was not bunting there.
Just not that pitch. I still would be surprised if he did bunt. If you bunted successfully, you'd lose Bowker. And I think Bruce Bochy wants Bowker to get some at-bats in this inning.
Ground ball in the hole, cut by the third baseman, Prado. It's a double play. 5-4-3. To third goes Sandoval.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being a sinker baller. You're always one pitch away from getting a couple outs.
There's Bowker now with 2 outs. Barker hit the hardest ball that the Giants have struck tonight. Heyward's ball was harder than anybody we've seen, but Barker had that double down the first base line right through the glove of Gloss.
Good take right there. That's something he really had a hard time doing when he first got to the big leagues, just laying off that teaser would start at the knees and drop down, both with the breaking ball and the sink.
Takes a strike.
All spring long, very selective, really good idea, good discipline to the strike zone, got good pitches to hit, and the results, well, he's starting right fielder.
Two and one.
I wouldn't expect Lowe to give him much to hit in the strike zone. The two open bases here, he had to have been impressed with Barker's first at bat tonight when he hit a missile to right field for a double.
3-1 to Barker.
I don't think he wants anything to do with it.
Uribe's on deck. And Whiteside in the hole. No Benji Molina tonight. Pablo Sandoval over at third base. By the way, his play was ruled a base hit. And they just make it official now, walking intentionally with ball 4.
A reminder that Comcast Sportsnet has complete Giants coverage on Sportsnet Central every night at 10:30. Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports.
Giants, the only unbeaten left in baseball this opening week. A sweep in Houston. 5-4 win in 13 yesterday against Atlanta. They go 4-0. Offense came alive late yesterday. Uribe has brought the only run of the game in for the Giants. That hit and run single in the fourth brought in Huff from third. Barker at first. Sandoval at third. And blown out over 100 pitches. Davidson tightening up a little bit as we progress now. Two-0 pitch. 3-0.
I think those are pretty easy takes for Uribe.
They're going after Whiteside, aren't they?
If they throw a strike here, I'm sure he'll have the green light.
McCann sets up way outside, even on 3-0. Fouls back in for a strike. Eli Whiteside has struck out twice tonight, both times looking at strike 3. And he's going to get a chance here again with the bases loaded.
Well, to Whiteside's defense, the first 0-2 strike 3 call was a joke. Wasn't even close to the strike zone. The second one was off the plate away, but it wasn't as brutal as the first one. But I got to believe he's going to be looking for something away, and he's going to jump on the first thing he sees, or at least try to. He is not going to put it in the hands of an umpire.
Sandoval throws his helmet away, or it came off. Asked for time to get the helmet back on at third base. Tinchita, the third base umpire, gave him time. Whiteside grounds it foul.
We talked about a second inning. This is an 0-2 count, bases loaded, and look at what he calls strike 3.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, you're just taking the bat out of a guy's hand. You can't hit that pitch. Shouldn't have to try and hit that pitch. And it shouldn't be called a strike 3.
Ground ball. Escobar will keep it on the infield. Can he throw out right side? Yes. With help from Gloss. What a play by Escobar. Lowe somehow gets out of it unscored upon. Still 1-1 after 6.
Park tonight, celebrating 10 years at AT&T Park, and yes, we flash back 10 years ago, almost to the day. Opening day, Giants and Dodgers. Woody, Kirk Reeder, the starting pitcher. Kevin Elster of the Dodgers had 3 home runs that day. That was the first home run hit in this ballpark. Barry Bonds with the homer. And at that point, gentlemen, we thought that this place was going to be a bandbox, all sorts of home runs, but of course it's turned out to be a lot different. The Giants got swept in that opening series, but won the division that season.
And started 0-5. And that first homestand, then lost a 6-game to go and 6 at home before the Magic arrived here. And we'll celebrate the 10th anniversary tomorrow. Here's Melky Cabrera, former New York Yankee, off to a slow start with his new team. He is pinch hitting for Derek Lowe, who was done for the night.
Trying to go right at his hands with a little cut fastball. Such a great pitch if you can plant that thing to a left-handed hitter at the belt, especially if it's a middle-away guy like Cabrera.
He's a patient hitter, shows bunt and takes ball 3. Cabrera came over in the offseason deal for Javier Vasquez. Here he was called by the Braves to deal him. He had a terrific year last year. There's a strike. Meyer's been outstanding in his Giant debut tonight. There's a strike.
Well, he really has, and the thing that's impressed me the most about his effort tonight has been how he has used the fastball. He has cut it, he has sunk it, he has been able to pinpoint both sides of the plate.
Cabrera will slap a base hit to left center. He'll make Rowan fire in, but he'll stop at first base content with a pinch hit, leadoff, 7th inning single. Now the top of the order in Nate McClough. McClough leading off tonight with Cabrera not in their lineup. Meyer going through this Brave batting order now for a 4th time. McClough shows bunt. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and it rolls foul.
Brandon Metters heading down to the Giants bullpen.
We've heard the voice of Jim Moorhead behind us here from the Giants PR department announcing that this is a sellout tonight on opening night. 42,985 here. Back-to-back sellouts to open the year. Runner takes off and goes down to second base.
Man, that's a huge break. That totally changes the whole at bat.
Ball got away from Whiteside, and Cabrera advances on what they're ruling a wild pitch.
Well, I don't like the call. You're throwing a breaking ball in a bunt situation. It's an easy pitch to bunt, number one. And number two, you run the risk of doing just this. Throwing a ball in the dirt and have it spit away, and you want to move it a guy 90 feet for free. Now, this changes the whole at bat. Now McLeod trying to get him over by way of a ground ball to the right side. Bunt.
Whiteside fires down, trying to pick off Cabrera.
The toughest pitch to bunt is a high fastball across the letters. It's a pitch that you want a guy to try and pop up.
Ryan Snitker, the third base coach, walked down to talk to McLeod. He may have missed a sign. He may have changed it with a runner at second base. See if he's bunting here on 2-1. McLeod hit a lot of leadoff for the Pirates, and now time will be called as they hit the sign straight, Whiteside and Wellemeyer. And McLeod also was a number 3 hitter during his time with Pittsburgh. He was an all-star 2 years ago for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but he's never really done much with Wellemeyer.
And tonight he's 0 for 3 against him. He is bunting, pulls back, almost got hit. 3-1.
.89 pitches on the night for Wellemeyer, so he should have plenty in his gas tank. Should Bochy decide to try and let him pitch out of this bit of a jam here.
McLeod, Mike, with his 0 for 3 tonight, is 4 for 22 against Wellemeyer in his career. One of the 4 a home run. And a 3-1 pitch. He tries to bunt it, pulls back, and takes ball 4.
Well, it's still a bunt situation. And sooner or later, you're going to have to throw strikes if they're going to go up there and try and give you an out.
And Runsler, the lefty, up along with Brandon Metters. Of course, they both worked yesterday. Everybody in the Giant bullpen worked yesterday.
Bunt should go down the third base line if they decide to put it on.
Yeah, I could have Prado bunt. He's so hot. Huff does not tag him out. He'll throw to Uribe covering. To third goes Cabrera. To second goes McLeod. Wellemeyer gets the first out.
Excellent bunt. I mean, that had to be a bitter pill for Bobby Cox to swallow, because you're talking about one of the hottest guys in baseball, Martin Prado. So bunting that bat, they're going to walk Ryan McCann and try and get the ground ball from Troy Glaus.
Well, he was 12 for 19. And they ask him to sacrifice. Well, McCann draws the walk. He could have had Prado hitting first and second and nobody out. Instead, you're going to have Troy Glaus up with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Well, it's just a testimony as to how hard it is to get a hit tonight. Pitchers have been on. The strike zone's been big. The wind is in the face of the hitters.
Here comes Rags as they strategize on how to get Gloss out.
No, he's just going to give him a bit of a breather. And I think it's good when you're a pitching coach, you come out there and just redefine the scout report on the guy, how you want to have him pitch. Because, you know, I'm sure that there's a bit of frustration in Wellemeyer not being able to throw strikes to McLeod. Upset about maybe throwing the wild pitch. Well, you want to eliminate all that as a pitching coach. And Dave Righetti excellent at getting a guy's focus back. And that was the intent. Plus, like I said, just give him a bit of a breather. Wellemeyer is looking for a ground ball. Ground ball that gets him 2 outs and gets his teammates back in the dugout.
And he's gotten it tonight against Gloss into a 4-6-3 double play out to short. He crushed one his last time up, but it didn't go so far on this cool and windy evening, and Rowan took it in center. Blocked by Whiteside for ball 1. Four career grand slams for the 2002 World Series most valuable player when he was an Angel. Way inside, and he hit him to bring in the go-ahead run. And here comes Bruce Bochy to make a pitching change. He wants the right-hander Metters here to face Escobar. They only got 1 hit in the inning so far, but they brought in the run. Metters in, 2-1 Atlanta, still bases full.
Well, it's a strikeout situation. Runner at third base, less than 2 outs, and that's what he's going to be pitching for. He may take a shot at the ground ball and try to get the double play early in the count, but in the end, I think he's going to try and strike out Escobar. Escobar, his goal is get something up to get the ball in the air deep enough in the outfield to score that runner. So you got a little bit of a chess match going here.
Broken bat, foul ball. Escobar will go get a new bat. That one's not going to work.
It's got to be a weird feeling. Maplewood bat just blow up in your hand while you're sitting there holding half a handle.
Happening quite a bit these days. Explode.
Oh, great pitch from Metters. I mean, he was right on his hands with the fastball and blew his stuff up.
Escobar 1 for 3 tonight. He was down a couple of strikes. Metters came in yesterday. He was the first out of the Giant bullpen. Threw the ball well. Gave up a base hit for Diaz. They got a double play ball off the bat of Infante. They all worked yesterday, and they all pitched well. Giant bullpen yesterday just allowed 1 run and 4 hits in 8 2/3. After Sanchez went just 4 1/3 yesterday.
With elevator fastball, sightline change across the shoulders. Gives you an idea of just how aggressive Escobar is, but he's looking for something up. He's definitely a type of guy, kind of like Pablo Sandoval, who can go out of the strike zone and hurt you. Gotta be careful. Way ahead in the count.
0-2 pitch. And Escobar takes it. Metters all right when he landed there. And lifting up the front leg, the right leg. Bases are loaded. One-two pitch. Ground ball to short. Renteria. Uribe, that'll be all, and a run will score from third. McLouth is in to give Atlanta a 3-1 lead. And one's charged to Wellemeyer.
To the backhand, and Uribe and once he gets that far wide and catching his backhand, he's off balance, can't get off the throw. So you have to be happy just getting the one out.
And Runzler is summoned to go against the left-handed power hitter Jason Heyward. 3-1 Atlanta. They've scored twice here in the 7th to take the lead. Walks.
Well, a little bit out of sorts yesterday because he was pumped up on his first big league opening day, as you can imagine. But we're going to see a guy who has a great fastball, got sink and cut to it. It's a good hard slider and a changeup. You're going to see a lot of number ones. He likes that fastball, and it's a good one.
Heyward takes a strike. Heyward, a rough game yesterday. 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts tonight. The Giants have not gotten him out. Infield hit, walk, and a laser opposite field home run, which you hardly ever see in this ballpark on a night such as this. Laced that one foul. Here is the home run.
Wellemeyer gets his ball up around the belt, and just a great demonstration of what a strong top hand looks like through a swing. backspin on a line drive the opposite way. As Greg mentioned, not a night where you would expect to see that ball go over the wall.
Well, he was hitting some lasers here. Look out behind the Giant dugout.
Yeah, bring your glove, folks.
Whew. You get that barehanded? Off the seat.
Yep, give it to your girl. That'll be it. Oh, yeah.
That's a Jason Heyward. You may want to save that one.
It's an old player right there.
The other way again. Past Sandoval. McCann scores. Atlanta struck for 3 here in the top of the 7th. And they lead 4-1.
Yeah, a pretty impressive at bat. Up until this swing of the bat, left-handers have been eating him up. And that's a pitch perhaps a little bit too much strike zone, but just a nice effort from Heyward to go the opposite way with the location and the movement of the pitch.
Quite a first week in the big leagues for Jason Heyward, huh?
He's had some highs and he's had some lows.
He's had it all. And
welcome to the big leagues, kid.
That's the way it'll be. I can't recall, Mike, the kind of attention given. I mean, every year there's one phenom we're all looking at, but this guy, I think, rivals when Ken Griffey Jr. first arrived at age 20 plus years ago. This one a slice foul off the bat of Diaz.
Well, as soon as Bobby Cox signed off on it, the whole baseball world took notice. I mean, the last time he got this excited about a player, he was talking about Chipper Jones. And in fact, it was Chipper Jones who in spring training says, this guy's got to make the team. So there's another endorsement. And this kid's got instant credibility with Bobby Cox and Chipper Jones saying he's the guy. And you have to remind yourself this kid's only 20 years old. And they really are asking a lot of him. I mean, they're asking him to learn how to play the game up here. And that's not an easy thing to do.
And on top of all that, he grew up in Henry County, Georgia, just about 30 minutes south of Atlanta. Well, he's a hometown hero. And Torria, the former Brave, shortcut to Uribe, and that'll end the inning. All 3 of those runs, unfortunately, charged to Todd Wellemeyer. 4-1 Atlanta as we stretch at AT&T. Bacon Burger. And we had a delicious pitching matchup tonight between Derek Lowe and Todd Wellemeyer. They both pitched well, and they're both gone now. 1-0 Giants. Uribe an RBI single to the 4th. And Heyward went oppo to tie it in the 6th, and then Atlanta strikes for 3 in the top of the 7th. A couple couple of walks. One was intentional, a hit by pitch to Gloss with the bases loaded to bring in a run. And Heyward singled in his second run of the game. So the Giants have some work to do, Mike, and now they will attempt to do it against the Atlanta bullpen. And Sherholtz will go first. He is going to pinch hit here against the right-hander Chris Medlin, who is now in. Melky Cabrera. The Milky Way has gone to left field. And here's Medlin. Or is that Moylan now? Let's see who this is.
Yeah, it's Moylan.
Yeah, Peter Moylan is coming. Medlin was warming up before, but they've gone to the submarining Australian.
Yeah, they use him a lot. He went in kind of 87 games last year. Had ranked him second in the league in most appearances. And you're going to get a lot of sink. Really drops that arm angle down to accentuate that sink to left-handed pitchers. Or left-handed hitters, rather.
He's a good one.
Kind of a three-pitch guy. You're going to see a lot of sink, and he'll throw that slurvy breaking ball and a changeup. But he is a horse.
Well, they've got a good back end of their bullpen now. Moylan is the holdover from a few years, and they've also brought in Takashi Saito, the former Dodger closer, ahead of Billy Wagner. Sherholtz rolls out to the second baseman Infante, one away. Top of the order, Aaron Rowan. Aaron Rowan 1 for 3 tonight.
Been pretty consistent about what you're seeing, though. If you're a Giants hitter, you saw a lot of sink from Derek Lowe. You're going to see more sink from Peter Moylan.
Rowan saw him in the 11th yesterday and struck out. Single to center his first time up. He was out trying to steal on a pitch out. Bad timing. Then he bounced to second and bounced to short against the sinker baller Lowe.
That's the one he wants you to swing at.
And that's the one Rowan missed yesterday when he struck out, way off the plate.
I don't think a guy like Moylan can throw the ball straight. I really don't. And that's a frisbee. We saw him strike out on a pitch like that yesterday that was probably 2 feet off the plate wide. If you're striking out at a pitch that's that far wide, you are not picking up the spin. And I don't know how tight the eye is on the slider, but I don't think it's one that hitters see well.
He's having a hard time with Moylan.
Big sweeper, perfect location, knee high, just let it fall out of the strike zone away from the right-handed hitter. One thing, if you're going to drop down as a pitcher, you got to make sure that you throw all your pitches. And there he did a little crossfire action, dropping down with a fastball.
Reach for a pitch away, and he grounds out to the shortstop Escobar. 2 away. Aldous Joaquin now throwing down in the Giants bullpen. Here's Renteria, who was 0 for 3 tonight. Strike. Struck out, bounced to short, fly to center against Derek Lowe.
looking for a mistake up. Something you can drive.
Nope, little comebacker there. Nice work by Moylan in the 7th. Giants go tamely 1-2-3 at the end of 7. Braves 4, Giants 1.
You've seen it all. Kayaking to the game, having a yacht come into the game. Welcome to the Zeppelin. Yes, the only Zeppelin in the country. It takes off from Moffett Field in Mountain View, comes up the peninsula, and hovers above AT&T Park. It seats about 12 people. And, guys, it's not a blimp. It's a Zeppelin. They want to be very aware of that. A Zeppelin. Maybe we have our next production meeting up high in the Zeppelin.
We could crank some Led Zeppelin when we're up in the Zeppelin.
I'm in. Looks like fun.
You ever been in the blimp?
No.
There's Waldis Joaquin to start the 8th inning. Giants down 4-1. Omar Infante will be his first opponent. One ball, one strike.
The numbers for Joaquin a little inflated. He did have an outing in Houston that caused his ERA to bloat, but you're going to see great stuff from this kid. This is one of the really good young arms in the Giants organization.
Sandoval. On to Aubrey Huff, who came off the bag.
And Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, saying that the throw took Huff off the bag, and Aubrey Huff is not agreeing with it at all. And here comes Bruce Bochy to pick up the argument. This is a call that an umpire has to be absolutely positive about.
Looks like he's on the bag. See from this angle.
He's out.
His toe was tapping the corner of the bag. Pablo massaged it a little bit and then up the line, but Huff stretches out. He's out.
He's out. I mean, he did come off the bag after he made contact with the bag, and I think that's what Marquez was reacting to. But it's going to be an error on Aubrey Huff.
Oh.
That's a rough error right there.
3-3. Art Santo Domingo, the official scorer tonight.
Well, if you can read his lips, I agree with him.
That is a very difficult error for the first baseman to observe.
Now, the one beautiful thing about Waldis Joaquin, as we've seen with Wellmeyer and Derek Lowe and Peter Moylan, is that sinker ballers can get ground balls, and ground balls can get you out of a jam, and that's what he's looking for now. This kid can get you a ground ball.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss by Melky Cabrera. And now the decision by Alfonso Marquez is in scoring position.
You can see the frustration from the skipper. He knows exactly what that cost him. And out. Now he's got a runner in scoring position.
Well, it's hard enough coming back on their bullpen down 3 runs to come back down 4. Is that much more difficult? Now Cabrera's going to bunt, pops it up foul. 0-2.
He bunted that like he wants to hit. And I play with guys that bunted balls foul deliberately so they can swing the bat. I'm not saying he did it on purpose. I'm just saying.
You're saying. You may be right. Yep. He's out now. He's trying to pull that one and move the runner to third base. Didn't do it. Joaquin, a big strikeout on Melky Cabrera.
Well, that's what Joaquin was pitching for. And runner at second base, nobody out. That's a strikeout situation, and the kid gets it. Throws away from the intended location, but it ties Cabrera up a notch, and he gets a big out.
Now here's Nate McLeod at the top of the Atlanta batting order. McLeod walked in their 3-run 7th. And around to score. Giants were down yesterday, 4-2, all the way to the bottom of the 9th. And came back to win. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nate McLeod.
It's movement. It's not as big, or it doesn't break as hard down as the other sinkers we've seen tonight, but this thing slides all the way across the plate. And it's late, and it's 95. It's a quality pitch. You won't see Bob Davidson help out a rookie. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Right side sets up right in the middle. See if he moves, and moves in. Strike 2.
Like McLeod is taking all the way. And that's the way it looked. I don't know why you would. A runner at scoring position and you get a 3-1 count. That's the have at it count.
Omar Infante reached on the air, charged Aubrey Huff, and now he's at second base after stealing it. And McLeod's at first base after ball 4. Second walk in a row from McLeod. Now getting into the meat of their order. Martin Prado. Braves took off last year in late June, right when they made Prado an everyday player at second. He's playing at third with Chipper hurt. Hit him out of the number 2 hole, dropped Escobar down in their batting order, and they began to win.
You get to the hot hitters, it's tough pitching against these guys when you're behind the count.
And Prado is about as hot as they come. There's a comebacker to second for 1. That's all they're going to get.
Well, we saw it earlier in the game with Escobar, the shortstop for the Braves, taking a throw in the dirt, making sure you get the 1 out, not risking a throw back when you have runners at third base. Well, basically, this is exactly what Renteria does. Once the ball goes down, no intention whatsoever to get up and try and get a throw off. Make sure you get the one out. Just an errant throw by Joaquin, and a nice play just to get the one from Renteria.
They'll give Brian McCann an at-bat. And a chance to do some damage here. There's a strike. Giants have pitched around him tonight a bit. They walked him once unintentionally, and then just walked him intentionally in the 7th. He's 0 for 2. Right out to left and grounded out to Huff at first. Nice pitch inside corner.
Well, that's a great two-pitch combination. I mean, he went outside to get strike one, comes right back in, front door sinks, and gets the second strike inside.
If he can pitch out of this, this would swing the momentum a bit more in the Giant dugout. And the Giants have Sandoval, Huff, and DeRosa coming up, but he's not going to get out of it. Throws it away and down to score with a big run to make it 5-1 is Omar Infante. On an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, he tried to throw a circle changeup. Got a little sling to his delivery and almost hits McCann, and I'm not sure Eli Whiteside could have done any more than he did. That's just a 100% pure wild pitch.
Just missed inside, 2-2. Well, this whole thing started with Pablo Sandoval's throw a bit up the line. But it appeared as though Aubrey Huff was able to keep his foot on the bag. And Alfonso Marquez, the umpire at first behind him, said that it came off enough. And he called Infante safe. It's been one of those series, Michael. Neither dugout has been real happy with the umpire. McCann ground ball. Uribe from shallow right will flick him out, and that'll be the inning. Giants need to come back in a big way. They've got 3, 4, 5 coming up. Pablo, Huff, and then DeRosa down 5-1. Jonathan Sanchez Wednesday. Giants need to do some work here as they come to bat in the bottom of the 8th against the former Dodger closer, Takashi Saito, former 4-time Central League All-Star in Japan. Was in Boston a year ago, setting up for Jonathan Papelbon. Now back in the National League with the Braves.
I think he's got one of the best sliders in the game because it's such an acute downward bite with it. Doesn't have a lot of sweep to it. He can do that by adjusting his arm angle. Very creative with his slider, but with fastball, he'll go low to mid-90s at times. But it's his command that sets him apart.
Sandoval takes ball 2. Pablo off to a bit of a slow start. Did single on the infield base hit his first time up, but he's 1 for 3 tonight. Just 1 RBI so far on opening week. Trying to get on base here to open the 8th, down 4. Aubrey Huff and Mark DeRosa will follow. That's a 4-pitch walk.
You don't see that much often from Saito. He normally has very good command. But right now, the Giants don't care. They'll take runners any way they can get them. And we talked about how wide the strike zone was tonight. If you look at the walk total, there's been 13 walks.
Lowe had 7. Well, Lowe walked 2 intentionally and pitched around to third. Ball 1 to Aubrey Huff. He has walked twice. Saito worked yesterday. And a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th. Can't throw a strike right now. 6 in a row have been out.
Not a bad time to take a pitch down 4 runs. 6 balls in a row.
Taken all the way.
Yep, that's good baseball right there. Put the pressure on the pitcher. Go out there, you throw 6 balls in a row, all of a sudden you're thinking that strike zone is the size of a teacup.
Teams have been shifting for Aubrey Huff, interestingly, his first week in the National League. With a runner at first, the shortstop Escobar has to stay on the left side. Ooh, inside corner, called strike.
Look at middle of the way. Guy throws an inside strike, spit on it. Now with 2 strikes, now you change your approach. Take a little swing out, protect. Huge hole at third base. Braves putting on a little bit of a shift here to defend against Huff. You can see that hole at third base we're talking about. You're looking for base runners, and that definitely has to cross your mind.
Swing and a miss. Aubrey Huff out on strikes. Big out number 1 for Saito.
Now that's his bread and butter, I think. And that's the one pitch that really makes him an elite reliever, because that slider is late, it's quick, and it's got a really good downward bite to it. Effective both against righties and lefties. We first saw him with the Dodgers, very impressive with the slider.
He's had a distinguished career, 14 years in the Central League. He's going to be 40 years of age this year.
And I think they have to use him a bit more judiciously than the way he was used in Los Angeles. I think he got burned out in Los Angeles. I don't think he's a guy you can run out there 5 days a week. You gotta, maybe 4 max, but if you do, you can't do 4 twice in a row. Especially at age 40. 4 days a week, that's a good workload for a reliever. But I think relievers will tell you that they're, if you space them out, they're designed to do that.
Mark DeRosa takes it up, 2-1. And Valker on deck. Swing and a miss.
Giants fans are hanging in there. I mean, they need to get into this game. The Giants need to crank up some offense and fire up these folks. 42,985, another sellout crowd. They need to get excited. Crowd excitement this time of the game, definitely energizing offense. They need to have a couple hits fall right now.
McCann sets up way outside. Rosa lays off, 3-2. Giants only have 4 base hits tonight. John Bowker has one of them with a double. Have to get Bowker up here with a couple of guys on base. When it takes off, DeRosa swing and a miss. He strikes out. Sandoval goes down to second base. And that slider, Saito he's falling behind hitters, Mike, but he's recovering in time. Now here's Bowker.
Nice little flop breaking ball to steal a strike.
Well, just about everybody in the National League East last year, the Braves had back end of the bullpen problems. But they went out and got Saito, got Billy Wagner as their new closer. This team's going to pitch this year. They got a good starting rotation. They got a pretty good bullpen.
They have a pretty good club.
Tim Hudson, just outstanding yesterday. Through 6, he faced a minimum 18 batters. And he's their number 4 starter.
Well, if he's their number 4 starter, they're going to be very competitive this year. I don't care how tough the Philadelphia Phillies are. The way Hudson threw the ball yesterday, I mean, he looked as good as I've ever seen him.
And he started the 4th game of the year after Derek Lowe, Ray Jurgens, Tommy Hanson, Buddy Wynn, and back to low tonight. Yesterday, tomorrow we're going to see Shin Kawakami against Lincecum. Way up there. He's going to catch this. The second baseman Infante will. And that'll be the inning. Pablo leadoff walk, but Saito sets him down 1-2-3 after that. We go to the 9th. Giants down 4.
5-1 in the 9th inning. We presume that we will see Bobby Cox, the Braves manager, for the entire game, but with Cox, you just never know. Yesterday marked his 154th ejection as a manager. That's most by any manager in baseball history. And think about it, guys. Bobby Cox, so mild-mannered and sweet, really, before and after the game. But during a game, he gets a little explosive. Raised in the Central Valley in Selma, this will be his last season as the Braves skipper.
Yeah, it was a Giant game a couple of years ago at the TED in Atlanta where he broke that 74-year-old record, if you will. John McGraw, legendary Giant manager from early in the 20th century, had that record forever, 131 ejections until Bobby Cox. And now he's pushed it out to 154.
Oh, he's not done yet.
Can he go to 160, Mike?
Oh, he'll hit 170.
Can I hear 170?
Yeah, I'm saying 170. When it's all said and done.
I think his last stop in every city, he should get at least one ejection. This is it for him. He's got one more here tomorrow, and then maybe we'll see the Braves in October, but that's the last regular season game here. That one's going to slice foul. She almost made the play again. She's ready.
She was ready.
She made the play of the night. Look at this one. This is off the bat of Rowan.
Well, this kind of lit the crowd up. This is one of the better plays we've ever seen. She brought her glove, and she knows how to use it. Going down. A low backhander. Oh, yeah.
Clinch. Two-one pitch. Ross grounds it to Renteria. One away here in the Braves ninth.
Oh, yeah. Your date got some airtime, pal. Give her a hug. She earned it. The loft. The loft. The McCovey Cove loft.
And she stretched like McCovey.
Yes, she did. Those are great seats down there. We did a game from there last year. A lot of fun. See Beresito getting loose down in the Giants bullpen. Now, this is his normal day to throw on the side, but Bruce Bochy was looking for innings. And Beresito said, I could give you some. So they held off on him throwing his bullpen session between starts. So now that they're not going to use him, he's got to go down there and get his throwing in. But it gives you an idea of just how stretched the bullpen was yesterday when the bullpen had to eat up a bunch of innings. That's when you go to your veterans and you say, hey, I need you for some extra innings. And Zito raised his hand and said, yep, I can do it.
Well, he was next in line yesterday. The game going deeper. Renteria will backhand. Throws out Escobar, two away. Jason Heyward. Nice bounce back after yesterday's 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. And he was really struggling coming into the game. 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts.
Well, his last at bat, sitting on 4 strikeouts, he had a 2-strike count. He managed to hit a ground ball to the second baseman. And Greg Kuiper looked over and he says, you know what? That ground ball to the second baseman is as good as a hit in that kid's mind. But tonight, a good night. But that's the point we talked about earlier. I mean, you have to learn how to deal with failure. It's part of it. I would imagine that after yesterday's game, tough loss for the Braves, Bobby Cox probably pulled this kid aside and said, go home, get yourself a good night's sleep. You're going to do that lineup tomorrow. You're going to have a good day.
Well, Bobby said after the game that he tried to win the game himself. He was trying to hit everything out of the park. He was chasing pitches. He Edman chasing. There's a strike, 3-2.
Well, I mean, when you have so much hype written about you, there comes a point in time young players start believing it. And that's dangerous.
That one's going to slice foul. Jason Heyward is the youngest player in uniform. This year's 20. He will not turn 21 until August. His manager is the oldest player, oldest man in uniform this year, Bobby Cox. 68. He's going to be 69 in late May. Former player with the Yankees, Bobby Cox. Heyward draws a walk. And he's walked twice tonight, singled twice, and hit a very impressive opposite field home run. On base all 5 times. Well, Bobby's the oldest player, oldest guy in uniform, in the dugout, on the field, on the roster.
Well, there's Harry Hallsworth. Brad Hallsworth over at third base. Harry was at first base tonight. And you get a look at the new look for the Ball Dudes this year, a double flap helmet. There's Brad Hallsworth right there, looking a little cold. They were thinking they're going to get some plays tonight. They haven't got anything.
They're going to go out to the McCovey loft to get the balls.
The double flap look. I think you could pull that look off, Greg.
The great kazoo.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Dum Dum.
I think there's like 8 people that know what we're talking about.
As long as you and I do, Mike, we're all right. Is she going to make the play down the line? Oh, it's into the number 1 archway. Hayward, big guy, can motor. Look at this guy come around. And there'll be no play. He will slide, but he's in. 5-tool talent right there, Jason Heyward. Braves keep scoring late and lead 6-1. Rags goes out to talk to Joaquin.
I think he senses a bit of frustration from the rookie. Got a challenge.
That was Eric Hinsky, by the way, the batter. And she introduced the former American League Rookie of the Year when he was a Blue Jay.
And we'll watch Jason Heyward motor. Sliding for style points. I think he'll learn to.
He didn't need to slide.
On cold nights like tonight, he may think again the next time that opportunity presents itself.
Guillermo Mota. It's up in the Giant bullpen. Jason Heyward, one of the few great athletes in the country that baseball did not lose out to other sports. His dad would not let him play football. Growing up in the South in Georgia, his dad didn't want him playing football at all. Even as a youth, he was pretty much restricted to playing just baseball. Well, what a body. Have you seen him up close? There's something.
Yeah, he's put together, as you mentioned, 6'5", 250. At age 20, he's not going to get any skinnier.
Everybody, when they see a young guy like him, tries to compare him and say he's the next Stargirl or Strawberry.
Well, they look at his bat speed, they look at his strength, and they look at the ball coming off his bat, and that's what reminds you of McCovey and Stargirl.
No, it really came out. He was a tapered athlete like that. He had a mind's eye on McCovey later in his career. But when he first arrived, he had a body like Jason Heyward.
Yeah. Dave Winfield, Darryl Strawberry,
big tall hitters. Dave Parker. They call a balk.
Yeah, Bach and Bob. Yeah, again, he's got to add a little feather to his cap. One thing that baseball has done this year, in order to speed the game up, they're allowing pitchers to go to their mouth on the dirt. Now, they can't be in contact with the rubber. Now, that I don't believe was
Right there.
And the balk, that was a balk. Yeah. Once he starts his motion, you can't stop.
And that'll cost him a run. Base hit to left off the bat of Infante. Erakinski will come in. What happened to our 1-1 game? Chris Bochy is going to make a change now and bring in Guillermo Mota out of the bullpen. Aldis Joaquin giving up some runs here late. 7-1 Atlanta as they're still batting here in the top of the ninth. Mota in, Joaquin out.
Two games already for Mota. We're really impressed with the consistency of stuff we've seen him have all spring long. A veteran, good fastball that he can two-seam and four-seam. Also throw a circle change at you and a slider. No doubt in my mind that this guy will be a pitching coach someday.
There's a strike to Melky Cabrera. Melky came in to pinch hit for Derek Lowe. And an opposite field base hit. And that's what started this late run for Atlanta. It was a 1-1 game. Ball gets away from Whiteside and Infante down to second base. Giants have not played a clean final 3 innings at all. Another wild pitch. Atlanta scored 3 in the 7th, starting with Cabrera's opposite field single. And they got 1 in the 8th, and they have scored 2 more here in the 9th. Tomorrow, Tim Lincecum. That's going to be a fun day at the ballpark tomorrow. Raj has been getting you prepared for it. 10-year anniversary party.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to. Giants going to celebrate that 2000 team. And what a team. You forget some of the characters that were on that club. Got a chance to see a lot of them before the game today. Ellis Birch, remember Christopher Birch, his son? Yeah. Well, Christopher Birch now has got a voice deeper than Lon Simmons.
He's Barry White. Oh, Cabrera laced that one.
I mean, he's grown up. Saw Bill Miller today, looked great. Sean Estes, retired now out of baseball. This is the first year that he's been out. He says, I'm just enjoying my time out. I'm not doing anything. Got a couple of boys living down in Arizona. Martin Bernard was here with his 2 children. Boy and his daughter.
Another wild pitch.
But tomorrow, Jeff Kent, Barry Bonds, Rob Nin, Kurt Reeder,
J.T. Snow,
Bobby Estalella, Armando Rios.
They're all back?
They're coming back. I mean, we get just about everybody out this club. It's going to be fun. And we are going to get a lot of interviews tomorrow with these guys and find out what they're doing now and what their best memories were of the inaugural year of this ballpark.
Well, we watch it on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area tomorrow, 12:30 with Giants pregame live, and Dwayne and Mike will have the game and the 10-year birthday party at 1:05. Yeah, that was a great pitching staff as well. Ivan Hernandez won 17 that year. Giants had 5 double-digit winners that first year. Estes won 15, Russ Ortiz 14. Mark Gardner won 11, and Kurt Reeder won 11. Aaron Rowan is under it. The 9th is finally over. Atlanta scores 2 more, and they have opened it up. 7-1 as the Giants come to bat at the bottom of the 9th. The next generation of home entertainment, now available in the Bay Area, coming soon to the Central Valley. Greg Papa, Mike Krukow, Raj Mathai, back at the corner of 3rd and King, AT&T Park. Giants baseball's last unbeaten team, and they got a rally here to stay with that distinction. Juan Uribe leading off the bottom of the 9th, down 7-1. Jesse Chavez, the new Atlanta pitcher.
Chavez of California, out of San Pedro, down in Southern California. He's another one of those guys that the Braves brought over in that deal from Pittsburgh. Last year, Chavez had 73 appearances for the Pirates. I mean, he was a workhorse for him. That was his first full year in the big leagues. Well, we've seen this guy. He's got good stuff. Got a good hard slider, good hard breaking ball. Great command of it. Throws low 90s.
He was busy in the offseason. He got traded twice. From Pittsburgh to Tampa Bay, then Tampa Bay to Atlanta. There's a strike. Inside corner, 3-2 to Uribe. Well, the Giants had some 9th inning magic yesterday. Down just 2 runs, though. This would be more than magical, but they do open the 9th with a walk. Renteria down to the final out. Went bam yesterday with a 2-run homer off of Billy the Kid to tie it. Giants will send up a pinch hitter for Eli Whiteside, the catcher, out of the 8th spot, Eugenio Velez.
Been 15 walks in this game. What's amazing is the Giants have gotten 9 of these walks, and only one of them has scored. I always talk about how walks haunt. They have not really haunted the Braves tonight.
Velez with a base hit. Here come the Giants. Travis Ishikawa is going to pinch hit, and then it's the top of the order.
From the side, good balance through the swing. I think about Eugenio Velez. I mean, this guy, he's exciting. Whether it be from the left side, from the right side, this guy is, developing to be a pretty good player. And it's great to talk to Ron Motus, the Giants bench coach, about Eugenio Velez. He thinks this kid's going to be off the charts someday.
Well, he was a whole different player when he came back from his minor league stint. His last 2 months of last year were a revelation.
Just improve daily. You can see it happening. Learning the game at this level, learning the game at this speed.
Travis Ishikawa. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike now. Giants need a lot of runners, down 6. Shoots it straight up foul. McCann will run out of room, not even close, way back over the Giant dugout.
Early on, you look at the stands, Giants fans are leaving some of their gloves at home. They need to get them out. That guy needed his glove. He got hit right in the head. He's okay. But if he had a glove, he had a souvenir instead of a knot in his dome. That's the guy.
He's hanging in.
He's got a smile on his face. I think he's more embarrassed than anything else, but
let's see what happened.
All right. Got him right on the head. Ooh. You got to get that guy a glove. Just
or a hard hat.
Just thankful he's okay.
Ishikawa the other way. Melky Cabrera will come in and put it away for the first out of the 9th inning. Rowan and Renteria. They have had some big moments this early year. A 19-hit game in Houston on Wednesday. They combined for 9 of them. But tonight, they have been kept off base. Rowan is 1 for 4, and Renteria is 0 for 4. They were a big part of the offense yesterday, of course. Renteria was hitting .688 coming into the game, 11 for 16. Now he's 11 for 20. 550.
550?
You take that, huh?
Yeah.
For the first week, he may be the player of the week. That's a base hit for Rowan. Coming around and scoring is Uribe. Not yet done.
Stay concentration. Your concentration's back up the middle. That's what's got you a good swing back. Just keep working on the good fundamentals, and here's the reward. Let the ball get deep, go right back up the middle. That's all he was trying to do. And that all of the Giants in spring training were a very consistent swing. He used the middle of the diamond all spring training. Then he broke camp, and Houston had an 0 for 10. And he went right back to the basics, broke out of it in Game 3 in that Houston game, had a 4-hit day. And that's what you do. You've got to be able to concentrate. In 7-1 games, every at-bat's an opportunity. That's a good AB by Rowan.
And what that base hit by Rowan accomplished, Mike, was it forced Bobby Cox to at least get his closer, Billy Wagner, up. And he's walked down to the Braves bullpen, and the lefty is preparing to come to the game. The Giants would love to force him in, which might impact tomorrow.
You better will. Get him up, then get him in.
Renteria takes strike 2, and he's down 0-2. Renteria reaching out, may have hit into a game-ending double play, and he has. 4-6-3. Pitch a bit outside, so the Giants suffer their first loss of the year, Mike. They fall to 4-1 on the year. Derek Lowe was pretty nasty tonight, but the Giants did not play a very clean game tonight.
Well, no, they didn't. I think they're going to feel that they let some opportunities go by the wayside. You get 9 walks from your opponent, you should win a ball game, and they only could get 1 run off the walks, or 2 rather.
Oh, man, was he impressive. Jason Heyward had a rough one yesterday, 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Giants could not get him out tonight with a home run the opposite way to tie the game. For more on tonight's game, tune in to Sportsnet Central tonight at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. And tune in to Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area tomorrow at 12:30 for Giants pregame live. Final game of the series at 1 o'clock. Tim Lincecum will be on the mound for the Giants. We'll be back with you on NBC Bay Area next Friday night from Dodger Stadium at 7 o'clock. For Raj Mathai and Mike Krukow, I'm Greg Papa saying so long from AT&T Park. Well, you can't win them all. They finally lose, but